We're back. Are we back? Yeah. Last time we added some... We made some adjustments and we added this sort of vest thingy and started to work a little bit on what this guy should wear. I don't have a design or anything ready. I'm designing it as I'm sculpting it. Of course I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I don't have necessarily any kind of reference or anything specific going on. He was supposed to be some kind of goblin originally, but then I changed the backstory a bit, and he is he's almost, there's something sort of unnatural about him, because if he was created by some kind of wizard sort of character who sort of trained him to become his heir, but then he had to sacrifice himself to defeat evil in a big battle. And this guy was sort of left behind, unprepared, with his sort of training unfinished. Nobody necessarily thinks he is fit for the task. They think he is a good, decent guy, but they underestimate him a bit. These are all good people. Evil has been vanquished, but still, these good people kind of look down on him because he's not one of them. That's not the main story, that's a little bit of a subtext. He, in the main story, in his main story for this sort of, hopefully first episode, he is going to be collecting sort of ingredients for a magic spell that he's teaming up with a sorceress to do. This sort of sorceress is also another sort of young survivor like him. She, just like he lost his master, the wizard, the sorceress lost her mother, another sorcerer that was one of the protectors of this kingdom, this realm, this place where the story takes place. There were two sorcerers and a wizard, and these two kids sort of lost their parents in a way, the wizard and the sorceress, in this battle against evil. So they are sort of in a similar situation, but again, the sorceress doesn't necessarily see him as a peer, which is a little bit part of the story. Crease, where is crease? Crease. There you are. I can never find my own brushes. Been sculpting this guy for a while. I started him last week. I should have started him a long time ago. I wanted for this to be my 2023 sort of passion project, and I've really neglected it for a variety of reasons. And now I'm finally working on him, and streaming these sessions has been really useful. It's helped me focusing and giving me a schedule, and it's even helped me motivate me. Hopefully I'll finish like some sort of first version of him. Probably it's none of what I'm doing right now is like set in stone. I'm going to keep refining him and perhaps changing a lot of details as the whole project continues. It's been really stimulating to stream this whole process. I've been saving the VODs to my YouTube channel because it's been very sort of valuable to me. I'm making this guy happen. Finally, this is a project that I wanted to work on for a while. Now that it's finally happening, it's sort of important. It's sort of a big deal, and it's not really, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't happen, if it's not meant to be, it's no big deal, but at the same time it's something that I really wanted to do for a while. I should add some sort of wrinkles to this sort of shirt, but I'm still not decided on how long the sleeves are going to be or what the actual details are going to be like. I'm just trying to come up with a basic shape. I don't know if I should give him some kind of belt. He's supposed to be sort of a handy, crafty guy, so he probably should have some kind of, not exactly a utility belt, but some kind of belt where he can perhaps like attach some tools or something to have. In this, I don't want to call it a short film because it sounds so, I don't know, sounds like a bigger deal than it is. But In this one, he is going to be again going to different places in the forest and in the mountains and through to a lake, looking for all of these ingredients for the spell. So he should wear something comfy, and he should also be prepared for a lot of different situations in different locations. I don't know if this should be sharper, like a sharp corner instead of smooth like this and round like this. I don't know if this looks too formal. He looks a little bit like a page boy or something. Originally I had done a different type of like shoulder thingies, but those look kind of formal, and they make me think of like a mandarin or something. So probably he's not gonna be wearing those. I made a slightly different version of these, go up higher, but this look a bit more natural. Then again, for the sake of animation, maybe I should make them stand up like this and make them perhaps even broader, more sticking out a little bit like this. Because again, for him to move his arm freely inside of these, maybe they should be a bit more. He's not going to move his arms freely in like in a three-dimensional kind of way. I'm going to do like a hybrid 2D 3D animation. It's I'm going to make 2D renders of the 3D models and then rig those and animate those. It's for it to look like more like an animatic version of like a fantasy illustration. I'm going for a very specific thing, and it's also kind of defined by the limitations of what I can do. So maybe a more open sort of sleeve here, not sleeve, this shoulder thingy, will give him more freedom in the entire elbow joint. Because I'm not necessarily going to animate this, but if he was to rotate, yeah, that's already a problem. Something as simple as stretching his arms like that, those things are gonna get in the way. And what am I looking for? Are these better? No, these are even worse. Should I go with the bigger ones or smaller ones? I have no idea. But these look a bit more casual and, like, as a friend said, more peasanty. The higher they stand up, the more formal they look. I don't know if I'm going to make a great progress today, but I still wanted to stream on a Monday. I've been streaming pretty much every day since last week. I didn't want to skip today. Maybe I should make this shorter, like I'm gonna save and make them just like a little detail like that to the vest instead of going all the way down here, so they will get out of the way of the arm when he flexes. when he had, not even flexes, when he stretches his arms forward, they won't be in the way. Is that better? Does it change the look very much? It looks odd here with the, well, I should probably fix the sort of undershirt as well, but it looks a little bit odd. I don't know, that's how it was. This is now. Okay, I will, when in doubt, I will just say both. I will duplicate this one. And go back to this and revert everything. That's what I've been doing in these sessions these days. I've been trying to find the design that suits me for what I want for the character, and something that also works with the kind of animation that I'm trying to do. I don't know still what to do with the eyes. The pupils are probably not going to be that, but more of a texture-based thing, more sort of realistic pupils. But I kind of like this sort of puppet eyes that sort of just animate like a puppet. Part of the inspiration for this is, even when it's very different, it's the kind of goblins from Labyrinth and the kind of puppets from the Dark Crystal and that kind of era of fantasy stuff. So I would like for him to have some kind of puppet-like feature. And I was trying to come up with a way of making the mouth move a bit more like a puppet, but for the kind of animation that I'm going to attempt, I don't know if it's gonna work. But I would like something like that, to have a Jim Henson-y kind of quality to him. I still don't know what to do with this sort of trim here, but I wanted to give it some kind of detail. I didn't want it to look plain. I might try to do like an embroidered sort of motif, maybe in the back, or in both sides, or in one side in the front. Most definitely in the back I'm gonna do something here. He's gonna be wearing some sort of satchel, so I have to think of that too. Again, I don't know if I should start thinking of some kind of, again, quasi-utility belt for him. I don't remember if I had Should I just extrude the cylinder? Extract, not extrude. Is that gonna be too thick? Probably. No, it's too fine. Something like that. I'm gonna keep this cylinder there for just in case. Is this a good shape for this? Can I flatten the top? Like that? Will it work if I remesh it and to make it really this kind of ring shape, and then maybe dynamesh it and then remesh. Can I polish that? Is that a single thing? Yeah. Okay, now let's put it in place. Might be too thick. That as a shape is way too boring, but we might make it work. I might have the right build sort of buckle for him. Is it too thick? Yeah, it kind of is. Can I make it again? I don't want to start over. Inflate balloon never freaking works. If I deflate like that. That's gonna make it, yeah, that's gonna close the hole. How do I get rid of those? Freaking, can I flatten that again? Oh. That's still gonna have a weird edge. I'm doing this completely wrong, but it might still work, question mark. I now dynamesh this? Oh my god, it's way too thin. Is it that thin, really? Should I inflate it back a little bit? I should stop and just start over. This is not gonna work. I should make it oval already. I should come back with the original cylinder and make it kind of that shape. At least that, and then extract the shape from the already deformed cylinder. Are you gonna cooperate or not? Is that... extract that. Is that going to be too thin? I don't want to have the same problem again. Oh, it absolutely looks not thin. Anything but thin. I'm gonna delete that one. Can I extract? Okay, that's thinner. Can I bring it down to the area of the waist? Maybe I should taper it before. Can I hide the arms? Is that too high? Maybe it should be like down here. That should do for now. For a basic shape. I don't know again if he could have like a little pouch of something like tied to it, or some kind of tool. Again, he's gonna be carrying a satchel. And maybe he could use some pockets here or something in the vest. Some kind of feature I feel like could be useful. If I make like well, not that. I make a little selection here that perhaps accompanies the shape of the already subdivided area. This could be some kind of pockets, but those are too... Should it be more like breast pockets? Because these pockets in the vest, they're not like big or comfy enough for the hands. Might not be useful for any kind of tool if I put them like here. They could work. Oof. Oh my god. I didn't realize that I was making like up here in the back as well. Are those still double? Yeah. Let's just split similar parts. Yes. This, let's get rid of. And the front one, you can work with. It's a very hot day today again, so the fan is probably making a lot of noise. The microphone is probably picking it. Apart from that weird staticky thing that I cannot avoid, I don't know if it's the bad quality of the mic or what. That's why I want to get a better one. Especially some kind of headset, so I don't have to lean forward to my desk to speak on the mic. Okay. Maybe I could soften the thing down here, but they should stay sharper in the top. This is very low, kind of low resolution, well, low poly. It's not very detailed here. If I remesh them, I can maybe give them more detail. Well, some detail. We're floating a little bit. I had thought of adding some sort of stitches or something to some of the clothes. But I don't know if that's like a detail that's going to look good. I don't know if this looks a bit more utilitarian and less formal if I give it something like pockets. This guy has a workshop. He has also he believes more in working with his hands than doing things with magic. He has to go through that kind of process of appreciating magic and believing in himself to apply what he has been taught by his maker and his master, his father in a way. I don't know if the pockets work or if I can make them a bit more open, maybe. And perhaps put something in there, even some kind of tools, pencil even, something. I don't know, it's just an idea. It doesn't have to necessarily stay. It's something that I'm trying out and I might get rid of for the real thing. I don't know if this way it looks a bit more utilitarian. Those are very small, narrow pockets. Anyway, I don't know what he could be carrying in them. Again, maybe like a pencil or some kind of tool. Maybe I can make them bigger, but how much bigger? Maybe this way? I have no idea. I removed the... well, I didn't remove them, I hid the arms for a while to see what a vest could look like with some pockets. Again, I'm not necessarily using the shapes for the actual final model, but this is sort of a dummy that I've been using, and I should hide the arms again to see what the proportion should be like, because originally, again, he was going to be more of a goblin kind of character. Then I made him a more humanoid, full-size character. Originally he was going to be like a little Smurf kind of character. It was going to, instead of with a sorcerer, he was going to team up with a fairy to do this sort of spell that they're working on. But instead of that, I went with this kind of character, and full human-sized characters instead of little people, because if I thought, of course, going through the forest as a little person perhaps would have been would have presented its own challenges and everything, but it's not exactly what I was going for anymore. He's also going to meet some magical creatures of the sort of the forest and the mountains and the lake, and I had a bit of a problem with the size of them versus him. One of the characters is some elk. The other is a sort of a giant tortoise. And how do I convey that it's a giant tortoise if he's tiny anyway? A normal tortoise would look gigantic to him. So I thought making him full-sized, especially since I already got rid of the idea of the fairy and fairies in general. I was going to make it about sort of small creatures of the forest, and now suddenly none of the characters were small. So why should he be? Maybe I can add some stitches here, like that's not looking well, but well, not like this really. I know I need more of an AEmilius brush. If I can find one. I should give them some kind of movement, quote unquote, to make this line less straight. Make it a bit more organic. But anyway, if I add some kind of tool in the pocket, I might have to shape the pockets around them anyway, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep the pockets, but again, I wanted to make this vest a bit more utilitarian. Is that even a word? Here, I could inflate a little bit this lower part of the shirt, like it's just sagging a bit. Okay, not lower intensity, a little bit smaller size. Let's not exaggerate, just to fill this area where it meets the belt, to make it look more like it's sagging a little bit. I don't know if this looks like, yeah, why is it so uneven? I should probably add some wrinkles and obviously some kind of canvas sort of texture. Of some sort. That's not how belts work, right? But again, I don't know exactly what I'm doing with the belt. Why do I never find the brush that I'm looking for? What is this called? Can you extract this friggin' thing here? Thank you. That's what I was looking for the other day, but I didn't want to give the vest that detail, but maybe it's the right thing for the belt. This kind of string, this kind of rope sort of texture. Can I actually, where's the depth of the stroke here? There we go. Make it a bit more. Need to give it that kind of trim. Maybe I can adjust it later. Not later, but when I complete the circumference. Does this make more sense as a detail for the belt than it would have been for the vest? Don't do that. You know that's not what I'm trying to do. Let's bring it forward here then, and try to complete it here. Why are you such a freaking uncooperative piece of crap? There we go. Should I do the entire circumference so it doesn't overlap like this in a weird symmetric way? Is it worth it? I don't think it is. Should I make it a bit tighter to put it there like the trim of the belt, and then duplicate it for the bottom? I don't know if it's gonna work. Maybe I can make it thinner in a way. Will it work if I deflate it to make it a bit thinner? Will it look like stitches, like it's been... It kind of does. Like this has been stitched through the belt instead of being one cord. I like that. That makes more sense maybe than the idea of it looking like a cord. It's gonna take some adjustments in some areas, but I think that's kind of an interesting look. And here I can add some sort of buckle. A fake buckle. That's really not gonna do anything because the belt is just one big cylinder. Is that better? Does that give it some kind of detail that it didn't have otherwise? It looks weird here how it sort of ends in a thing that doesn't stitch really. Maybe I can do this a little bit, stretch it, and mirror and weld it, and then soften it here. Soften this part anyway. if that works, but it's at least a little bit better than the weird asymmetric thing I had going on before. This I should have taken care of first, the front look. Oh well, it works this way. Let's move this a little bit more and now soften that. Is this relaxing at all with the music and something that's not very action oriented? Ow, ow. Let's go back to symmetry. Here too, I should sink this in a little bit. Maybe I can. What? Oh, this freaking thing. I don't know what the point of that tool is. It always makes me mess up. Maybe I can bring it up a little bit. Suddenly I have hiccup of this again. I like that it looks like stitches. It's actually like a rope sort of thing, but it looks like something stitched like around the edge of a belt. I don't know if that's what the detail is going to look like, but again, I might add something in there for him to have like a pouch tied to it, or some kind of tool. I don't know if a buckle would really... I thought I could do the stylized E from ERGOL, like this one. Turn that E into a belt buckle. I don't know if he's vain enough to wear his initial. I don't think he is. But it's something I could try. I could try like a big, not a big buckle, but an actual buckle. Even though the belt is just one piece here, I don't know what if I should try to fake like an end here for the buckle to have a point. I have like another half hour, then I'm gonna have to go. I have a plumber working at my grandparents' house. It's a big mess over there. We have to get it all working. I'd like to do something with the pants. Again, I don't know if I should already sort of weld together. This weird bulge I don't know what to do with. I don't know also the length of the pants. I think that again also to make it sort of like a sporty sort of look, maybe I should make it like fisher pants. What is that called? Like this half calf sort of. I don't know if this posture is also exactly what I need. I need something sort of neutral. Maybe he could have his both his sleeves of this sort of under jacket and the pants also sort of rolled up. I don't know if that would also give him a bit of a peasanty and again utilitarian kind of look as opposed to something more formal or sort of fancy. So far he looks so stiff, but I of course want to make him in a bit of a neutral pose, because later I'm gonna have to pose him, and I don't know if it, for the sake of giving him more layers, I don't know if the calf could show like a different kind of sort of underpants, and this sort of over pants could be sort of rolled up to this right under the knee or in the middle of a calf. No, he shouldn't have a big butt. He should be more on the skinny side, but these are the trousers anyway. Again, I'm not sure if this is the exact proportion that I want him to have. I want to inflate the arms a little bit, but not for him to look buff, just for the shirt to look a bit more puffy. These hands are just a sort of a placeholder. These are hands that I brought along with a dummy to sort of play with the proportions. Yeah, and I feel like I could weld the pants together here. Maybe lower this a little bit, and again make this sort of trousers also sort of puffy here. Maybe he rolled them up right under the knee. I'm just going to sort of weld this part of the thighs and the sort of hip with Dynamesh. Now we're going to remesh again. Let's see how that looks as a single shape, as the trousers should be. Then I could add some sort of stitches, some kind of ledge. What? I don't know if he should have his entire forearms. It would be convenient from the animation point of view. Maybe if his forearms. Where do I put the sleeve? I would like to have like a rolled up sleeve, but probably not here in the middle of the biceps. That's sort of not the kind of guy he is. He's not showing his muscles. He doesn't even have any. But it could be rolled up to right above the elbow. This is a big forearm for a skinny guy. I should polish this a little bit with polish. I shouldn't make the rolled up part as part of this. I should put something on top. Is this too high, too low? Again, I want this trousers to be sort of puffy. This thigh gap is very weird. And here maybe he can have like some kind of, I don't know, the naked calf or some kind of pants as well, some kind of like, not like tights. Is it gonna look like tights if I give him like a lower kind of undergarment that we can see under the rolled up trousers? I don't know. No. I want them to be sort of puffy, but I don't want them to look like mounting trousers. I don't know if the vest gives him a sort of a Middle Eastern look. It should be a bit more medieval European, just to match with the kind of mythology, even when it's not necessarily super accurate in any way. He's supposed to be sort of skinny, but right now he's looking like too flat to me. I don't know, what can I do differently in terms of the basic shape? Because of course he needs a lot of details that aren't there yet, but in terms of the basic shape, I feel like something is failing. I don't really know what it is. Let's export like a torus. Some kind of torus shape. Where is it? Okay, that'll do. Let's bring it here. I'm gonna turn this into the rolled up sleeves and rolled up hands, or at least a placeholder for that. We don't want for any lines to be too straight in this kind of geometric shapes, because it gives away that that's exactly what they are, just geometric shapes being used instead of something sculpted specially. Again, I don't know if that's where I want to place the rolled up sleeves. Maybe they should go in the middle of the forearm, or right by the cuffs, or just be normal sleeves and not rolled up at all. But again, to make him look more casual, less formal, I feel like the rolled up sleeves are like a good element for that. Now maybe let's duplicate this. Let's revert this a little bit, and bring them to the legs. remesh this with symmetry. We have the other side. It's already just a bit of a placeholder, or well, or a basis for what the rolled up trousers should be. Again, let's give them a shape that accompanies the shape of the leg. Make it more curvy and less stiff as a shape. I don't know, again, it's nothing is definitive and final. It's just what he could look like. The hands, I'm not gonna use this, but for the sake of trying to complete the figure, let's check these hands. Again, I don't even know if he's gonna have this actual amount of fingers, or fewer, more cartoony, for 4 fingers. Well, 3 fingers and a thumb. I do want him to have sort of big hands and big feet, even when he is fully the proportions and size as a human. The one thing that I sort of want to do is for him to have sort of big hands. With this, it looks like he's wearing gloves, but again, I don't know if I should give the belt some kind of buckle or something. Can I insert with some buttons? Well, not on the belt, but somewhere. Here there's actual buckles, but again, it's not a real belt. I could give like a tip, maybe. Does that work? It should be bigger. Maybe it can be bigger in this direction, thicker also, and then no, I kind of wanted to conceal a little bit the stitches thing in this part, in this union. But right, the point of a buckle is that part of a belt goes through here, obviously. I think I have something that I can recycle from a previous. Yeah, no, that's the same. Well, let's leave it there as a placeholder. I don't know if there's anything else that I can use from any of the IMM oh, not you. No. If I did something like that, maybe something like this for him to put things on a belt, like again, like a tulip pouch or something. It's rotated weird. More in the center. Maybe not so much in the front of a belt, but more like to the sides. I don't know, again, it's a bit of a placeholder. He could put some sort of tools in there, or maybe, again, a pouch of some sort. He's supposed to be a bit of a handyman in a world that relies more on magic. Just because he's at odds with magic, he feels like he's not a magical creature, and in a way he is not, because obviously that's not how magic works. A wizard made him, and magic cannot be like multiplied in that way. This guy is almost like the result of an experiment by a wizard, well, a spell by a wizard, and obviously, well, I don't know if it's so obviously, but the point in this world is that you cannot multiply magic that way. It's not like you can create a magical being that's as magical or even more than yourself, or if magic worked that way, it could be dangerous, it could be weirdly easy to just augment your magic and your power. So this guy feels like he's not magical at all, and he compares himself to other sort of the magical creatures that he's going to be visiting in the forest for. Well, he's going to be collecting all the ingredients for the spell. He's nothing like them, and at the same time he's more like them than he thinks, but that's part of a journey that he has to go through. Okay, that's a very high intensity. just for the... just trying out some kind of shapes to see what it should look like again. That's detail that I'm really going to add later. For now, I don't know if you should have like a fly. Would it be too stupid if you had like a sort of fly? What are sort of medieval pants like? So I could give him like a sort of a fly. Right. Yeah, they could be baggier, they could be more drapey. They could even here, here they could have some buttons in this sort of fly, exactly this sort of fly situation. They could be they could have some sort of folds in here. Down here, where am I? Down here they should be kind of like gathered here, so they have this sort of wrinkles in this area. And yeah, maybe also precisely in the crotch region, and to have here some sort of a fly with buttons. I did like, well, not so intense. I did like a sort of a fly area and then gave it like some buttons here. I don't know, again, it's just for the sake of trying some thingies. Make it look sort of gathered here too, kind of like a pants. Again, ideally with different sort of alphas, I'm using the exact same again and again, just for the sake of adding some detail that, again, just to test it out. Probably the final thing should look different. But I'm approaching the end of the stream for today, so I wanted to do a little something more detailed looking. Just as a sort of a of a test. So that's a little bit closer to completion. That's all the time that I have for today. I'm going to save this as a different thing, just in case I have to go back. Thanks again for watching. Thank you, DJ Fool, if you're still there, for following. I should be back tomorrow with more time. This is what we've done today. Added a little bit of detail and definition, not yet anything final, but we're approaching something better defined and more like the character that I want him to be. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow, again with probably a little more Tomb Raider 2, and we'll continue with this guy, and then when we finish, when we're done with him, we will continue with other characters and maybe some environments as well. I absolutely need to make some 3D environments for this, and that's really not my area of expertise. I'm not great with characters, but I'm certainly not great with backgrounds and architecture exactly, but hopefully we'll be able to do some of that pretty soon. Again, thanks for watching, thanks for following. See you tomorrow.